Wow, guys. Just, I mean, wow. Isn't that amazing? I mean, what you just saw was a little clip of my unborn child at 13 weeks, and I'm amazed by it. I'm like at a loss for words. I'm dumbfounded. This baby is a trooper, and it's growing every day, jumping all over the place, driving my wife crazy, and it's just something really amazing to see on that screen. And I thought it was just the perfect clip to play at the beginning of this video and perhaps this series of videos to where, I'm getting back to you guys on advice and stuff on life. And like Jessica Black, me and my wife, we so excited. We so excited. I just had to sneak that little clip in here. So I've been getting a lot of questions on the gender of the baby, and we will not know for 8 more weeks, guys. I'm not one of those crazy people, or me and my wife are not one of those crazy couples that want to wait until the baby comes to see what gender it is, just because we're not that cruel to our family members. I'm just kidding. You know, a lot of people like to do that. They like to wait until the baby comes to see if it's a girl or a boy, but I just see myself having a hard time doing that. Just the anticipation alone would drive me nuts. I'd have to know. And not just that, but you would be surprised to know how many decisions depend on the gender of the baby. I mean, we have 2 empty rooms in our house, and even that depends on the gender. My wife insists that if it's a girl, she's going to be getting the room with the bigger closet. But lots of other things too, like how you decorate, what pimp stroller we're going to go with, because I want a pimp stroller. My baby's going to be rolling around in a Cadillac stroller. I don't care. So we're going to find out the gender as soon as we can, and as soon as I know, I'll let you know. And I've always said that when it comes right down to it, I don't care what gender the baby is, as long as it's a healthy boy. I mean baby. As long as it's a healthy baby. I don't want to jinx anything. So I don't care what gender, as long as it's healthy. And I'm sticking on my guns to that, but I'm taking bets. Boy or girl, what do you think? But on to the point of this video, life. And this is a continuation of my video that I did for you guys where I take a message that is sent to me and answer it in the form of a video. I really enjoy this, guys. We get to sit back, we get to watch some gameplay on one of our favorite games, or maybe it's not one of your favorite games, but we just talk about life, and I dig that, I really enjoy that. A lot of you guys hit me up on military questions last time, and that's great. I'll answer them in the best way that I know how. I'm not a recruiter, so I don't know everything about the Army, but I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to give you an honest answer and, give you a fresh perspective from somebody who's been there and done that. So I'm welcome to those type of questions, but I'm also open to just questions about life. I've been around, and I really enjoy getting to know a lot of you guys and maybe helping you out with something that you're having a hard time with. But this commentary really isn't going to be about the gameplay, just as a disclaimer. And I wonder, does anybody ever click out of a video when somebody says that? Be like, what? It's not about the gameplay. And just click out. Done. Oh, man. Yeah. This video is going to focus on women because I love women. Doesn't everybody? I think even women love women. But one of my subscribers is having problems with one. And to give some context, Anonymous Sub has this to say. He says, "Hi, I am 13, and my name is Beep." Leaving that out. I like this girl in my grade named Samantha. It's a good name. That's my sister's name. Better not be my sister. But I don't have the confidence to tell her that. Also, my parents and 15-year-old brother don't know because they really don't like her. I would like your help on how to approach this situation. End quote. First, let's pull back from this and give you an overview of your situation. You're 13, man, and you're going to meet tons of women over the course of your life. So don't think that this is your last chance at happiness with a girl, because that's just going to psych you out. All right, you're 13, got a lot more women to meet. Let's go ahead and put that in the back of your mind. And what I mean by that is don't put her up on this pedestal. Older people will say don't put the rhymes with Tussie on a pedestal. And that's good advice, okay? Because she's just a person like you or me, and I used to be guilty of this too. I would be too afraid to tell a girl I liked her because I thought she wouldn't like me back or people would make fun of me. And before you know it, you've built this wall of nervousness between you and her that gets harder and harder to cross. And don't do that. If you like her, act on it. Talk to her. Ask her to a dance. Tell her you think she's pretty and you'd like to be her boyfriend. I don't entirely remember how this works for younger people. I don't know. Take her to a Twilight movie or something, but be casual about it. And if she does not reciprocate, if you've made it clear that you like her and she does not reciprocate those feelings, then you need to casually stop talking to her and, you know, stop hanging around her altogether for a little while. And don't be mean to her. Don't act like, you know, you dislike her or something's wrong with her. You just need to act like you have other things to do. You got better things to do. Trust me, a girl may act like she doesn't enjoy your attention, but if you stop giving it to her altogether, it's going to make her wonder, is he seeing someone else? Did he lose interest? Well, if he lost interest, why did he lose interest? And she's going to get curious, and she's going to come talking to you. And, you know, I wish it wasn't that way. I wish that wasn't the game that you sometimes have to play. I wish you could just go up to a woman, or in your case, a 13-year-old girl, and tell her, you know, all about yourself, and she tells you about herself, and you can just go from there. But it's not that easy, especially when you're younger. You have to bait them, you have to pique their interest, create this sense of appeal, and, you know, just play the game. On the other side of this, you also said that your parents and your brother don't like her, and that's a problem. For me, when I was dating, it meant a lot to me if my parents and my friends and my family, if they liked her. And if they don't, it's usually because they're seeing something that you don't. And a lot of times you can get blind. You know, you get a little obsessed over a girl and you're not seeing all the things that you need to see. So I'd ask yourself why they don't like her. You know, and that might help yourself out. Maybe you don't need to be dating this girl. Maybe she's not good for you and you need to get her out of your head. And, you know, use some logic instead of your pants. That's just my advice, though, man. You know, I got a lot of advice on women. I think I did pretty good in my run. Ended up with a really good one. And it just comes down to yourself. You need to work on yourself before you start worrying about other people. You know, it may sound silly, but having a good relationship with yourself is the first step to having a good relationship with somebody else. If you feel proud of yourself, if you feel good about yourself, a lot of people are going to see that and they're going to emulate that in how they treat you. So I would consider that first before you start, you know, asking about relationships with other women. How do you feel about the relationship that you have with yourself? You know, what are you doing to make yourself proud of yourself? Are you hitting the gym? Are you doing good in school? Doing good in sports? A lot of those things are really going to help you when it comes to relationships with girls, because you're going to be that much more confident. And they're going to see it, and they're going to want to be a part of it. So that's probably my key advice for someone your age is work on yourself, homie. And I think it'll all come together from there. But I think that's just about all the time I have on this video. I'm really liking these messages, guys. I like them. I dig them. I try and spend a lot of time responding to everybody. If I miss you, I'm really sorry. You know, I get a lot of them, and I try to respond to every single one. And a lot of times it's a challenge, especially because I don't respond on the weekends. Weekends is my family time. That is my quality time with family and friends. And I do not spend it on the Xbox. I suggest you do the same thing. But that's just the way that I operate. Everybody plays differently. But on the weekdays, I spend a lot of time trying to get back to you guys, and I'm really enjoying it, guys. So if you have questions, you know, you need some help with something, having a hard time going through something, shoot me a message, and I'll get back to you with some you know, honest perspective and maybe a little bit of advice that'll help you out. But that's all I got, guys. This is Sergeant Merrill out here.